Now, James Burgess is first at the podium. If you would raise your hand and we will get James set and ready for a question. Question from the room. Right here. We'll start here and we'll pass it down.
James, Dan Tortora, Broadcast Media. You got your taste of the ACC last year. What can you say about going into this season and how you define what this team is trying to do and what it means to have that experience?
The experience means a lot, coming into the ACC, very talented conference, you obviously watch film, so you know what you're getting, you know what to look for, but to have physical experience and physical reps to actually know what you're facing is very beneficial to our program.
James, Howie Lindsay with CardinalSports.com. You're losing so many guys to the NFL. What's the mood of the team? What's the focus of the team when you lose that many guys?
Just everyone working together, working to our strengths. We, like you said, we lost a lot of guys. We lost our entire secondary with Charles Gaines, Terrell Floyd, Gerard Hollowman, who led the nation in interceptions, James Sample, who led the team in tackles. But that comes with great coaching, great recruiting. You have depth there with behind the players. They learn as the players who's in front of them. So when they get in a game, they're ready to seize their opportunities.
Steve Jones from the Courier-Journal in Louisville. James, what did you think about all the guys getting drafted? And I mean, when you were playing last season, did you think that you had 10 draft picks on the team, or was that more? Was that less than you expected? And then that it was one of the, I guess, second best in the country.
I thought more would get drafted. I thought Dominique Brown would actually get drafted as well. I expected everyone to get drafted. We had really great players. We hope to fill the draft this year with that many draft picks again. It gives you the chills knowing that the players that you just played with last year are on the next level, and it just gives you the chills and makes you work harder in the offseason so you can become one of those guys.
Hi, Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com. Y'all open the season with Auburn, and then you have Clemson on Thursday night, 12 days later. Does the offseason feel like there's more of a sense of urgency? It might be two of the best offenses in the country this season, particularly for the defense. Do you feel a sense of urgency preparing for such a fast start?
Yeah, of course. This offseason is the hardest offseason we ever had. We were preparing hard as we ever did, mentally, physically, getting bigger, faster, stronger than we can possibly get. Like I said, our 3 games are in 12 days, offense-heavy teams, and it gives us an extra edge and an extra push in the offseason to go even harder when we're in the weight room, even harder when we're doing conditioning, and it makes us work even harder.
Hey, James, back here. Mark Larson, Time Warner Cable News in Syracuse. Talk about how kind of spoiled you guys were with Hollowman, those 14 interceptions last year, and what it was like. Almost every time they pass the ball, it's going the other way.
It was a great experience, just watching a guy that I knew before I even got to college, accomplishing his goals. It wasn't a secret, He did the same thing in high school. He had 14 picks in high school his senior year as well. So it wasn't by surprise, but it was very exciting to see a hometown friend do as good as he did.
James, Tim Sullivan, Courier-Journal in Louisville. With such a high-profile opener against Auburn, do you find yourself watching more film than you would normally? Do you know them in greater detail than maybe some other opponents you've played?
Yeah, I'll say, because, they have the whole offseason to prepare for them. I've been watching them this whole offseason. Even to this day, I go, like last night, I was in the hotel watching their plays. I study their plays a lot, trying to find any tendencies, any keys I can find.
Confident that you found some?
Yes, sir.
James, follow me. We're going to go this way.
Hi, James. Michael McCammon, Scout.com, Cardinal Authority.
How you doing?
You've had a pretty nice couple weeks, a lot of award watch lists, throwing you on their lists. How do you handle that and not let it go to your head as the season approaches?
Just doing what got me there, working hard, having a great bond with my teammates, don't let it get to my head, staying humble, doing, like I say, do what I do that got me there, talking to my parents a lot. They always keep me humble, and just praying God and giving thanks to God.
71 tackles your sophomore year, 71 tackles your junior year. You're consistent. Do you try to take your game up? Is there something about the scheme this year that will allow you to do more?
I do whatever I do, what I can to help the team. You know, tackles, stats isn't important to me. Like with Coach Strong, I was in the box more, you know, in the 4-3 and was protected a lot more. Obviously, because we have more defensive linemen on the field. And then with Coach Grantham, I'm out in coverage, covering receivers, covering tight ends, covering running backs out the backfield. And I don't really look at stats. Stats doesn't really amaze me. I'll just do what I can to help the team win.
Good answer. Any other questions for James right here?
James, Bob Halliday, WRL.com. We have a lot of mobile quarterbacks in the ACC, as you know. How does that affect you in trying to contain them, trying to contain those offenses?
Yeah, playing a scrambling quarterback is always difficult to prepare for. You know, you want to be perfect in pass coverage, but we have a great defensive lineman like Sheldon Rankins, D'Angelo Brown. We have good pass rushers in the previous, like Marcus Smith was a first round, Lozo Malden. So just containing them is a hard thing. You know, no one really likes facing a scrambling quarterback, but you have to do what you have to do to win the game.
Anything else for James? James, thank you. Sheldon?